All right, so let's continue. Now, what is CSS responsiveness? I will definitely use I will use this to explain because I want to give us much more definitions when it comes to. I want to give us definitions of this before going into some deep stuff, right? When we talk about CSS responsiveness, first of all, let us ignore the um, ignore the whole big thing that I'm talking about here. If you're on your if you are working if okay let's use Facebook as an example. If you are browsing on Facebook, is everybody here? Can we get started? Okay. If you are browsing on Facebook, right, and Mr. John here, if you open up Facebook on your phone, you open up Facebook on your system, you open up Facebook on your tablet, what do you notice? They are different. Yes. How are they different? Your mobile app is different from the Facebook your on your PC. It's different on the Facebook on your tablet. First of all, one thing I need to note is that they have different sizes. Of course, the biggest is going to be your laptop. Your phone. Your phone has a different resolution from the tablet, has a different resolution from the laptop. You understand it now? That is one thing about responsiveness. Now, as a web developer, as a front-end developer, don't let me say web developer, as a front-end developer, because front-end development doesn't just stop at web. Maybe when you've done a lot in web development, you cannot want to scale, you want to enter mobile app development and you start building front-end applications on mobile too. That time you cannot enter some frameworks like React Native or that or Flutter. You can just probably explore. But one thing is that as a front-end developer, your duty is actually to your users. What your users see, how your users feel when they come on your website, because they have to be happy. I cannot go to your website and it's not looking nice or you know, I'll be vexed because you understand. I need to have a good user experience. So if you're not building something that doesn't look good, no, it doesn't make any sense like that. So one thing that you need to do is that you need to put your users in mind. Now, why am I saying all of these things? I'm saying these things because when you are building your website, you need to put in mind all screen sizes, mobile, laptop, tablet, even smartwatches, a lot of all of these things. Although even Samsung now is stressing us with their Z Fold, that's stressing us. You have to also think about some of those things. Now, leaving that aside, when we talk about responsiveness, what is it saying? Responsiveness is a web design approach that ensures that web pages look good and function properly on all screen sizes and devices. Just exactly what I've been explaining. So you open your laptop, Facebook is looking well and okay, and it is looking responsive. You understand? It is looking good user experience, good user interface. You understand it now? You open it on mobile phone, the same thing. You know, on tablet, same thing. That is what responsiveness is. So in simple terms, a responsive website automatically adjusts its layout to fit different screen width. You understand? That is why, for instance, let's take a look at this. Now let me reduce it and let's see what we have. So when you have something like this, let me use a different. Good. Now look at your Teams app as an example. Look at your Teams app as an example. Now, if I reduce it, you see that automatically it's reshaped, it's resized. You understand now why? Because it has now been configured. Say, okay, whatever you are trying to build has to look good on every screen size. Now, if I now go ahead again and resize it, as you can see, it's going to resize again, look better. That is one thing you should put into consideration as a front-end developer, because the users are, if they are insulting anybody, are insulting the front-end developer and not the back-end developer, because now you go touch, you are the one that is in charge of all of these things. So as a front-end developer, it's important that you put all of these things in mind. Now, mistake. I wasn't supposed to. So now that's one thing about front-end development that I need everybody put into consideration. Now, while building, you need to the first thing is the mobile phone. Now, like I said, the mobile phone is the most important of all these devices. All other devices are important, yes. But because almost all your users use mobile phones. I mean, it's rare to see someone owning a laptop and not owning a mobile phone. I mean, they exist, but it's very, very rare. So most people will not, in fact, if they own a laptop, they might probably will not hear of your website. So it is most very, very important that you create all of these things from now. Before I move on into all of those matters, why does responsiveness matter? Now, users access websites from many devices. A design that looks good on a laptop may look broken on a mobile phone. So one thing that I want you to do, that your landing page, try and resize it on your mobile phone. Try and resize your page. Do you have your landing page open there?
My laptop is not connected.
No. That your laptop. What I'm saying is that minimize your Chrome. After minimizing your Chrome, try and resize it. Resize your landing page and see what it shows you. Now, all those designs that you've been doing will now be trash, total trash. Why? Because what you're trying to do is that you're trying to build for desktop, but you've not configured what mobile phone. So when you're not trying to resize to like a mobile screen width or size, what happens? It just gets bad and it disrupts. You understand now? So that is why it is essential that you understand what breakpoints are. Now, taking us to the next point, breakpoints. Now, what do I mean by breakpoint? Every screen, every device has its own breakpoints. Now, when I say breakpoint, I'm saying max width. So I don't know how many of us did physics. There's something we call elasticity, right? So I've actually forgot some of those things. I put you and all of those things. So when I say elasticity, for instance, you have a rubber. Whenever it reaches its elastic limit and you push beyond it, what happens? It breaks or it cuts. You understand? That's elasticity. That's what your breakpoint is all about. So whenever it reaches a particular point whereby it exceeds the max width, what happens? It disrupts. That's why you see that your landing page, because you've not created a breakpoint or a responsive design for it, what happens? It automatically disrupts. That is one thing about your responsiveness. So breakpoints are those points whereby they are like the max width of each devices. Either the minimum width or the maximum width of each devices. You understand? So minimum width means that if it is below this particular width, what happens? The device is going to break. If it is above this particular width, that device is also going to design is going to break. So that is one thing about breakpoints. They are like maximum and minimum width. Now, let me just give the definition I wrote here. So say responsive designs are created using CSS breakpoints. Now, breakpoints allow us to change styles based on screen width using media queries. Get to media queries. What are breakpoints? Breakpoints are specific screen width where the layout or styling of the web page changes. You understand? Again, they are basically the minimum and the maximum width. Now, let us talk about common breakpoints. Now, common breakpoints in devices. For your mobile phone has a minimum width of what? 0 pixel and a maximum width of what? 480 pixels. Again, your mobile devices have minimum width of what? 0 pixels and a maximum width of what? 480 pixels. Your tablets or your iPads, they have a minimum width of about 481 pixels and maximum of 768. Now, all of these things, you need to put it in your head because you will always, now, one thing that I don't want you to cram it because you can always go to Google and search all of these things you see. But you need to understand breakpoints. There's a minimum width and there's a maximum width for each of these things. So before you start building, what is the minimum width of mobile phones? What is just search, you get it. So similarly for your laptop, minimum is 769, maximum is 1024. For your large screens or desktops, so large screens, for instance, your TV like this or a monitor, bigger monitor, it has 1025 pixels as a minimum or 1200 as what as the maximum. You understand it now? So that is one thing about your max width and your breakpoints. You understand? Now, moving to the next part, we have media queries. Yes, we have breakpoints, we have all of these things. How then are we now going to implement these breakpoints? That is where media queries come into play. How are we getting the progression? Responsiveness. For you to get responsiveness, you need breakpoints. Breakpoint has what? Minimum and maximum. So you can either choose to use the minimum or you can either choose to use the maximum. Now, how do you use this minimum and maximum point? You go into what? Media queries. So media queries will help you what in using them. Now, how do you use your media queries? Very, very easy. Now, let's just go ahead and try something out. So okay, now I think I know why I shouldn't have cancelled that first project, but it's fine. I think I yes, I cancelled it. So I uploaded some of this thing on the call that day. So let me check the call. Thank God I sent. I didn't want to send the link that day, but I sent it. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and copy the link here. So let's copy the link, copy the messages. So I'm going to paste it here. Now, why am I doing this? I just want you to go to see how we can, do all of these things, how we can I want to see how responsiveness works. So let me go ahead and paste this in my. All right, good. So now let us check what we have out. So now this is what we have. Very good. Now let me resize this for you. I want you to please note something. Just check it out. Can you see what is happening? It looks good, Abby. Okay. So as you can see, it does not look good. Why? This is somehow a mobile screen. It looks like a mobile screen, but it's still bigger than a mobile screen. But if I resize it, what happens? As you can see, it is even cutting some things inside, which doesn't look good at all, right? So how are you going to solve this? You're going to use what we know as your media queries. Now let me use this extension, and that reminds me. Before we move on, I need everybody to download this extension. So go to your Chrome or whatever browser you're here. Good. So look at it on mobile now. See how fine it looks. Very fine. So what I need to do is go to your Chrome or your Google and search for mobile simulator. Just search for mobile simulator. If you are using Chrome or you are using any, I always recommend Chrome. So search for mobile simulator. Then you should see this one that says mobile simulator responsive testing tool as the first one. Click on it. So mobile simulator responsive testing. And then where to do this. Now, if you've done that, if you've clicked on it, you should see add to Chrome right here with a blue icon. Can you see add to Chrome? Eh? So click on add to Chrome. If you click on add to Chrome, it means download. It's downloading. Something should pop up that okay, it's downloading or not. So something should pop up that oh, it's downloading. Yeah. So you should see add extension too. Yes. Let me see what you have. It's really good. So now you have the extension. So this is the extension. So you don't speak installation. Okay. So you have itself, you said? So if you come to this place now, where is your landing page? Open it. Let's see. No worry. Mm-hmm. So if you want to go access your extension, just click on this place. Can you see mobile? I will done it. So if you show quick installation, you don't worry. You've done it as it has installed. Check this place. Can you see this place that looks like a puzzle? Yes. Click on it. You should see something that says mobile simulator. After clicking on it. Oh, that's your firewall. Let me see. Your Microsoft firewall. You just remove remain exposed. Are you sure? Yes, I want to remain exposed, but it's not working. It should work now. It happens. I disabled some of my this thing also. It's like a normal precaution that Windows will give. If you're on Chrome, I say Chrome, Mac, you probably won't be able to install it. Yeah? You have to go through like a lot of process of stuff. So Mac is very, very. Hmm? No, Mac is the best though. Mac is the best for mobile development, web development, all of this is Mac is actually the best. But you can also use Windows. It's very mobile. Mac is the best for mobile. If you want to start building mobile applications, Mac is the best. But they are very strict with their security measures. Okay, I do not know why this is not working. It should actually be working. No reason why it should not work. Let me try. Oh, I understand now. Was should work now. Okay, good. So now you have access to it. So this place, just click on this place, and then you see mobile simulator. Yeah. So that's it. So that's how you do it. So if you've been able to do it, please let me know. You can also give me like a thumbs up or now. If you've not been able to do it, please let me know. You can unmute and let me know because I will not be able to see your reaction. Just unmute and let me know if you've not been able to do it. All right, moving on.
The one you suggest, excuse me, Mr. Paul. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
The one you suggested is not free. It's showing pricing.
Sorry, the one I want.
The mobile simulator you suggested.
Yes.
It's showing pricing.
It's showing what?
Pricing.
Don't worry, just leave it. You don't need just cancel it. Yeah, some things are paid, but you can still use it without paying.
Okay.
Yeah, so on the mobile simulator, if you check this left side here that looks like a laptop and phone, this thing, it says change model. So if you click on it, you should have a lot of phones so you can test. So you see, as a front-end developer, your work is a lot. You have to test for a lot of devices. So your iPhone X resolution is definitely different from iPhone XS Max or 11 Pro Max or 16 Pro Max. It's different. So though they have similarities, but they are slightly different. So they have differences. So you have to be very, 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 very. Sometimes you have to you don't just build for one particular. Don't from 0 to 480. No, you can build from 0 to 480. You can also build from to 4 something. Just have that little bit of balance in your design. You get because some mobile phones are bigger than some other mobile phones, but they have a max width of 480 pixels. All right. Let's talk about how can we make this work. But I'm just going to do one design today, and then we'll call it a day. So now, what am I saying? I said something concerning breakpoints, and I said for you to use these breakpoints, you need to use what? Media queries, right? Media queries allow you to use these breakpoints. Now, let's say I want to create now let's look at these links. These links are they're not looking well. Why are they not looking well? First of all, the beyond their overflow. Because the overflow means that it's taking beyond the normal way that it's supposed to take. So, but what we want it to do is I want it to be on this. Why is it not giving me the head? Want it to be just here. So, first thing that we need to do is that we need to give it an hamburger menu. Whereby when we click on it, whenever I go to website, you have to click on the particular thing on your mobile phone. Then you bring the drop down. You need to first of all design what's going to happen when you click on that drop down. If it makes sense. So let me show you what I'm trying to say. So if you come to this place now, when you click on this place, what happens? This thing shows, right? Then work on this one. You have to first of all design what shows first before you now give this functionality of clicking. That's why we have to first of all design how it is going to look whenever we click on that hamburger menu. You understand it now? So now, how do we want it to look? First of all, we want the logo to be on the left here. I want the links to be on top of each other on a straight line, right? I want everything to be full. So when we now click on it, it should open it up and close it. You understand it now? So for us to do that, we have to first of all change the design and how it looks on mobile. To do that, first of all, you need to get the mobile query for the mobile. So I'm going to say the media query for the mobile. I'm not going to say mobile. Let's go mobile. Now on mobile, you have to have a media query. And how do you write a media query? Right? At media, and you're not gonna have sorry, let me take the syntax again. Sorry. Media screen. Okay. Let me just check this out. Yeah, media only. Yeah, thank you. Media only. Then you have screen, and then you're not gonna have a max width. So this is for phone, right? That's mobile phone. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna say max width of what? 480 pixels, because that's the max every mobile. But then you're not gonna start styling inside of that max width. Inside of this media query. I'll come again so I explain it. When we're styling for mobile, what did you do? We just go ahead inside of our CSS, start styling. But if you want to do it for special devices, you have to first of all specify the breakpoint of each of these devices. What's the breakpoint of a mobile phone? First of all, you go at what? Media, right? Only. Because you're building for one particular screen, right? Screen. And the mask with my 480 pixels. Now, this is it. It's just, I tell you that this is just pure English language. It's not art. Okay. It's English language. You understand? So, media only screen. Now, you're not going to style it. Now, I'm going to get it again. So we can now see the CSS style from the beginning. Now, in this place, right, you are still just going to do the same thing here again. Now, start styling differently for mobile. So now, in this place, for your laptop, your screen is what? What's your nav? You now has a display of what? Flex direction of what? Colon. But in this case, what you want to do, you want to put them on top of each other, isn't it? Because you want to bring them down. So you have to row. No, sorry, this thing was also row. So now you want to put it on top of each other. So you have to change what? Colon. So that all you have to do is come here and say your nav, right, should not be a flex direction of what? Colon. Now, flex direction of colon. So if I save it up and I check it now, what are we going to have? It has changed to flex direction of colon. Did you notice it? It changed the flex direction. Now, why did I not say display of flex again from the beginning? Because your CSS remembers that, in a particular part of your code, you've given this a display of what? Flex before. So you don't have to give it a display of flex again. All you just have to do is change the direction. We knows what row before to column. Now, that is just everything about your responsiveness. you now start tweaking. What you now doing your responsive, your mobile queries, and you now start what? Tweaking and tweaking and tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. You don't start building from the beginning. It's in nature of that design. So, with this point of mind, I hope I've been able to introduce you to CSS Responsiveness. Now, one thing, like I said, I do not want to write code today on CSS Responsiveness at all, because I know how hard it can be. We've done a lot of things today, even though it doesn't seem like we've actually done a lot. So I know hardly like trying to gain a lot of knowledge in one day is hard. So even me, I will run. So one thing I just need to do is I need to understand the concept. On Wednesday, we'll go into it. We'll work on a lot of things on Wednesday. So just even read it. This is it. So I've written every single thing on the portal. So I want you to go ahead and read it. Use W3 schools, right? I've recommended W3 schools over. If you're not using W3, use MTN. Use all of these things. Read on it. It's important because in the end, the major lies on with you. So that is one thing that I want everybody to do. Please, and if you do not understand what I'm trying to say, you can reach out to me. You can join those classes because I cannot have classes for different people. I can only have like a joint class of people that probably do not understand some of these things. So you can have a joint classes and then 30 minutes to 1 hour we can talk about these things. So that will be all for today. But before then, there is a just little classwork, just small classwork. And what is the classwork? I want everybody to start that assignment, especially that did not finish, that did not even do it before last week. I want you to go ahead and start the about section now. Go ahead, start the about section. Just I want to see what everybody has done. If you've done it before, complete it. Try and complete it now in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Just try and work on it, and that's what I want you to do. So, so if you want to change it back, can you see this X that is here? You see one X that is this. Click on the X, change it back to. So if you were on mobile, right, it's going to show you mobile like this. Then you see X here. So you can now click on that X and then it changes back. Let me see your. So now, any question before we start the classwork? I know some people want to ask questions so that time will run down. You know the yes, that's it. No. I just want everybody to like try and just do something. I mean, we are done because I don't want to push us again. I'm already looking at Mr. John's face. It's sad. Sorry. So I want everybody to like just refresh. If we should get to know each other, like hey, you can just okay, ask questions. 2:15. Just ask me questions. Let me know where I can help you. That's what we're going to be doing for now. So I don't want to push us past our limits. So yeah, that'll be all for today. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me now. Yeah.